everybody, welcome to Earthy Goddess Mumma. This is the daily reading for the 15th of April 2020. Welcome. So glad you're here. I've got these giants. I'm just going to clear our collective energy. Come back to now. Breathe deeply in through your nose, out through your nose, into your belly. Sorry about that. Interruption. Children coming inside. I was trying to sneak on while they were occupied outside. Anyway, here we go. I have the Osho's and Tarot today. I feel like, I don't know if this is happening collectively, but I feel a huge shift in me. I hope it's happening collectively. It's just, like I spoke of yesterday, finding that inner peace, inner centeredness, regardless of what's happening externally, coming back to now, focusing on taking steps forward and getting things done, present moment to present moment. Yeah. Focusing on creation rather than focusing on destruction. So it's creation, destruction. I mean, we are healing so much right now. And this lightness, I guess, I feel is that I have been sitting with all the wounds that have been coming up. The fears, meeting all my greatest fears with regard to this, really bringing them to consciousness. And really looking at them. And once you really look at them, it takes their power away. Yeah? Allowing emotions to come up in the moment and then let them be. Let them be. Yeah? Anyway, let's see what wants to come up today. This came up last week, yeah? This is kind of like the Tower. It's the Seven of Wands. Obstacles, limitations. That monkey's bursting that bubble, but that bubble needs to be burst. There's a lot of stress there. We know what stress does to our health. I feel a bit of a rain coming on. I'm going to allow it to flow. Okay. So, stress. If the powers that be in this world really cared about our health and well-being, would our system be set up the way it is? Would our lives be so imbalanced, so stressed? Would our supermarkets be devoid of healthy foods? The medical system the way it is, set up as a sickness industry rather than a wellness industry? Do they really care about us? They put fluoride in our water to help with strong teeth. But most of us know, if you really look into it a little bit, that fluoride really messes with your third eye. If I do a little bit of research on this, this notion that what's happening right now is happening because so many of us are waking up. So many of us are understanding that we're the creator of our reality, and that makes us powerful. So anything that can be done to shut this connection down through food, through toxins, through frequencies, 5G, Wi-Fi, 4G, 3G, programming through our televisions and our movies. We're being bombarded for a really long time. I watched Out of the Shadows, if you're interested in giving that a watch. The guy that made it has made it freely available. I think it had like 1 million views as soon as, in the first day it was released. This is not wellness. This is not the future we all want to be stepping into, is it? The bubble's been burst. Now we need to sit quietly with ourselves and see what comes up. And a lot of us don't want to look. A lot of us just want to don a mask that everything's okay. But there's, this is quite political. Even if we want to admit that it's not. I'm going to read this card again in case you missed the reading where I read the Seven of Swords. Do we walk our talk? Are we truly integrous? Yeah? Because if we were, we would see integrity in those around us. I don't feel like we're ready to be telepathic at all yet, because so many of us has so much to hide. A lot of us don't want to hear the truth. Why is that? We need to just ask ourselves these questions. I'm going to read what the Seven of Swords says in the Osho. It's a card of deception. Are you lying to yourself? Are we lying to ourselves right now? Politics. I'm not going to hold the card up because it's got a really low vibration. It just makes me all cringy. Okay, so I'm not going to show you. I'm just going to read these words and leave it with you. Anybody who can be a good pretender, a hypocrite, will become your leader politically, will become your priest religiously. All he needs is hypocrisy. All he needs is cunningness. All he needs is a facade to hide behind. Your politicians lead double lives. Your priests live double lives. One from the front door, the other from the back door. And the back door life is their real life. Those front door smiles are just false. Those faces looking so innocent are cultivated. If you want to see reality of a politician, you have to see him from his back door. There he is in his nudity as he is, and so is the priest. These two kinds of cunning people have dominated humanity. They have found out very early on that if you want to dominate humanity, make it weak, make it feel guilty, make it feel unworthy. Destroy its dignity, take all glory away from it, humiliate it. And they have found such subtle ways of humiliation that they don't come in the picture at all. They leave it to you to humiliate yourself, to destroy yourself. They have taught you a slow suicide. And we can see this right now, the insidious nature of what we've been living under, this system, this corrupt system. I'm going to hold it at one time. Do you recognize this man? All but the most innocent and sincere of us have a politician lurking somewhere in our minds. In fact, the mind is political. Its very nature is to plan and scheme and try to manipulate situations and people so that it can get what it wants. Here the mind is represented by the snake, covered with clouds and speaking with a forked tongue. But the important thing to realize about this card is that both faces are false. The sweet, innocent, trust me face is a mask, and the evil, toxic, I'll have my way with you face is a mask too. Politicians don't have real faces. The whole game is a lie. Take a good look at yourself and see if you've been playing this game. What you might see might be painful, but not as painful as continuing to play. It doesn't serve anybody's interest in the end, least of all yours. Whatever you might achieve in this way will just turn to dust in your hands. Right now, our most important healing is being honest with ourselves about our own lives and how we've been living them. Can we do that? It's not easy. It's uncomfortable. We contradict. There's so many contradictions all the time. I have so many contradictions in my life, but I own them. I'm okay with them. I'm okay for people to know them. My children point them out to me all the time. They're my greatest teachers. They're my most potent mirrors. And I've allowed them to be free thinkers. I've allowed them to speak their truth around me. So what I'm hearing now is that, do we really want to go back? This is 2 7s. 7 in numerology is about openness and trust. What can we trust? Can you trust yourself? Because all that you really need to do right now is trust yourself. But to trust yourself, you need to start knowing yourself and being honest with yourself and being transparent to yourself. This is not transparency. I love you all so much. I know this takes a lot of courage, yeah? It takes a lot of courage to own your stuff. I'm here for support if anyone wants it. I love you all so much. Take great care. Bye.